right. Welcome. Good evening. This is our Soul Center Midweek Meditation service. So for those of you who are here live in our sanctuary in person, and those of you who are love streaming and live streaming around the globe, first and foremost, I want to welcome you and make sure those of you who are here have your cellular devices either off or in meditation mode. For those of you who are streaming in live, you might want to just put yours on Do Not Disturb. I'm Reverend Keith. This is our meditation service. Our meditation is actually going to begin at about 5 minutes to 7. We begin with a prayer and a reading, or a reading and a prayer. Then we'll just kind of talk a little bit about meditation, and then we will go into that meditation in about around 10 minutes. So if you need to use the restroom at home, this will be the time. We're going to go ahead. We're going to begin with our reading and our evocation.
Thank you, Rev. Good evening. My name is Lynn Shanky. Our reading this evening is from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. There is a great difference between resisting evil and renouncing it. When you resist evil, you give it your attention. You continue to make it real. When you renounce evil, you take your attention from it and give your attention to what you want. Now is the time to control your imagination and give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. Isaiah 61:3. You give beauty for ashes when you concentrate your attention on things as you would like them to be, rather than on things as they are. You give joy for mourning when you maintain a joyous attitude regardless of unfavorable circumstances. You give praise for the spirit of heaviness when you maintain a confident attitude instead of succumbing to despondency. In the quote, the Bible uses the word tree as a synonym for man. You become a tree of righteousness when the above mental states are a permanent part of your consciousness. You are a planting of the Lord when all your thoughts are true thoughts. Let's take a moment in prayer. In gratitude, I turn within. I invite us all to turn within and remember all that we have to be grateful for. Life in itself, grateful for life, grateful for the breath, grateful for meditations, grateful for that reading, that beautiful reminder, grateful to know and to recognize that God is the one source, the one supply. God is the creator of the universe, the living, loving energy that is always moving and grooving around us. All we have to do is jump into that energy. All we have to do is be aware that that energy is around us. Our whole life can turn around. I'm grateful to know that I am one with God, that each one of us here is one with God, one with each other, one with all of mankind, one with nature, one with all the mammals, all the fish, all the trees, the plants. We are all one. We are all in this together in this beautiful journey called life. And tonight I know that each one of us are here for that purpose of renewing our soul, for feeding our soul, nourishing our soul and our consciousness with an open heart and an open mind and open ears as we move into this meditation. Blessing Reverend Keith as he's guiding us through this meditation tonight. Blessing each and every one of us for being here. Blessing the sanctuary, knowing that good things are always happening here at Soul Center. Wonderful things, joyous things. We are so blessed to have a place to come to feed our soul on a midweek evening. What a wonderful place to be. I'm blessing each and every one of us as we turn within, as we are connecting with the divine presence and remembering whose we are, who we are, and giving thanks for all of it. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Lynn. And thank you all for being here, and those of you streaming in. We're getting ready to move into our meditation, but before we do, just a couple reminders. In all of the mystical traditions around the globe, meditation moves from being a practice to just a way of being. You're just in a ceaseless state of divine awareness. Imagine meditation in action. You know, right now when people take classes like Qigong or yoga or Tai Chi, that's movement in meditation where you're creating a mind-body-spirit connection and you're allowing it to be fluid and you're feeling the spirit move through you. Most of us in our daily lives, if we have gotten to the point where we were doing a practice, may have adopted the erroneous idea that a practice is something that we're going to just do. I'm going to do regular life and then my practice. But a practice is something that we do until it becomes just a way of life. It just becomes our natural essence rising up. That's what meditation is. It's not something outside of us. It's not a discipline, so to speak. It's a discipline until it becomes a blisscipline. And we just allow ourselves to surrender to that. And a few weeks ago, I asked you to imagine what it would be like if you had no issues. If you had no relationship issues, where every encounter with another being, whether that's another human being, another animal, whatever it may be, is just sublime. That you never had to worry about, oh, if I run into so-and-so, or this person I can only take for 2 hours or 2 days, where everything was just joy exchanging itself back and forth between two individuals or multiple individuals. You never had to worry about money. You just knew that the free-flowing supply of money is as available to everybody as oxygen is. That money, which really represents so many things, because nobody really wants money. Nobody. Right now, people think they want money, but they don't. They want what money buys them. And you think you want the thing that it buys, but you don't. You want the experience that the thing that buys gives you. So everything we're looking for is an experience. And there's no greater or grander experience than that when the eternal energies flow through us. That can take any situation in the world. Waiting in line at the grocery store. Some people wait in line at the grocery store and are very irritated that they're waiting in line at the grocery store because they haven't gotten to a place where they can just be in the presence and enjoy that. When we attach to things in the Zen Buddhist teachings, we're attaching to space and time. And depending on how we attach, it's going to influence how we experience something. You're in charge of your energy, the energies that pass through you, which means you're in charge of your experience all the time. In the reading, I know some people get a little off-put by the word evil. Evil is just a word that means I'm separate from the divine. We've all seen, how evil spelled, life spelled backwards is, or live spelled backwards is evil. So it's kind of like the opposite of live. And that's when we are putting our attention on limitation. Limitation, by definition, means I'm limiting the amount of life force that's flowing. And when you limit it, you're not letting it live full out. So we're going to take the stigma off of that and just say, I'm going to live a lively life that is filled with the spontaneous magnificence of being in oneness with my holy self. And that's actually what meditation is. It's just aligning with that sublime you, the real you, the eternal you. So as we get ready to do this, I'm going to have a couple intentions I'd like to pour forward for you. One is that you're going to allow yourself to really experience who you are. You're going to allow yourself to remember, because this isn't something, we've only forgotten things. We're not learning anything. We're remembering when it comes to spiritual practice. We're remembering that life is good. If I'm attached to the temporal world, I might think that life is bad. If I'm attached to the divine, I'm going to experience life as good. Spiritual selfishness is what we're looking for. Spiritual selfishness denies nothing from anybody. And it means that as I thrive, all thrive. But we're thriving not from the egoic of I have all needs met because I have all the money I need and I'm just trying to gather up temporal baubles. It's because I am thriving from a place of life forces flowing through me, nurturing and fortifying and radiating from me and circulating and expanding as goodness. That's its nature. It can't do anything else. Therefore, it's your nature and it's my nature. So we're going to move into our nature, and that intention would be that you're going to really connect with your true self, beyond your age, gender, nationality, race, associations, affiliations, your true self. I'm going to set that as an intention that we'll all really feel that presence. And that, of course, all the channels and meridians of our physical, emotional, mental bodies will be wide open to these eternal frequencies. Nothing is going to distract us. Nothing is going to bother us. And we're going to allow this to be the deepest, freshest, most delicious, most profound, most magnificent, most rejuvenating meditation ever. That's what we're going to agree with. Yes and yes. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring down the lights here in the sanctuary. And we are going to begin. I will center us. We'll stay in the stillness for a little bit, and then we'll come out in a wave of prayer. As always, we begin by giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. As we open our hearts, our bodies, our emotions, our minds, to the eternal frequencies, the divine energies, back of all life, the true reality, the real reality that is all of life. And so we bring our awareness to these frequencies. The divine energy of peace. I invite you to join me as we allow ourselves to be overwhelmed with peace. Allow it to flood into your physical body, emotional and mental body. As calm, as serenity, as tranquility. Allowing that energy to flow down into your toes, up your spine and into the back of your neck. And swirling through your emotions and mind. Allowing ourselves to be overwhelmed with beauty, a soft sense of joy as beauty proliferates itself. Throughout our entire beingness. I invite you to feel the energy as we become overwhelmed with harmony. we give permission. We allow these eternal energies to overwhelm us as harmony recalibrates, as balance, wellness, and clarity. I invite you to bring your awareness to your breath as we allow our breathing to become deeper and fresher and wider, not through efforting, solely through intention and allowing. Imagine, feel, and sense the breath of light, full breath. Imagine a phosphorescence of energy that is not only oxygen, but life force. It is soft and gentle, perhaps luminescent. And as you inhale, you can feel it coming from the very heart and mind, source of God, in through your crown, down through your heart, and into your hips. As you exhale, you can feel yourself letting go of temporal tethers and ties to space and time. Exhaling, we let go of any concerns or worries. As we inhale, confidence, fearlessness, and courageousness. All the way down into your hips. Exhaling, we let go of all sense of efforting and trying. As we inhale and feel that vitalizing relaxation. And the energy of ease, and effortlessness. Exhaling, we let go of thoughts, analyzing, figuring. As we inhale, waves of clarity. Opening to insight. Providence, being overwhelmed with divine illumination and the wisdom of our soul. Exhaling, we let go of the past. We let go of the future. We let go of the present. And you become acquainted reacquainted with the presence, eternality, and those energies, timelessness, spaciousness, all density evaporating as every cycle of breathing takes us deeper and higher. We can feel every aspect of our personality loosening and lifting with the presence of our essence becomes bold and bright. I invite you to become aware of your true self, your eternal self. Your soul. I invite you to become aware of your soul's desires. No searching, just observing. You may begin to feel the divine senses awakening. The inner eye opening only to visions of truth, of the soul, divinity. The inner ear overwhelming the outer ears, as stillness gives way to the still, small voice. And we let go of surface thoughts, going deeper and higher into the wisdom that transcends words. And it is here that we allow ourselves to rejuvenate, to relax, and to rest in the stillness. The energy is rising. And we are allowing ourselves to go even deeper and higher. I invite you to imagine and allow that which brings you joy, the desires of your soul, to fill your heart. The purest, highest, greatest, grandest expression, the divine idea. Let it overwhelm you. I invite you to become aware of the energy of creation. The energy of divine fulfillment. Benevolent satiation. Feel that energy flood your heart. For the very thing in its purest form that brings you joy. We will not make happen. We will allow. As that energy of creation floods your heart center, feel the convergence of desire and divine fulfillment. Merge. Feel it expanding. Feel it in your toes, your elbows, shoulders, and allow these energies to flow as wisdom to your mind. Becoming keenly aware of desire and creation. You'll begin to feel the energies of synergy, symbiosis, this energy flooding our bodies, our emotions and minds. Begins to ripple out into our body of affairs. Into the world at the level of creation. We don't need to know how or even where. We just give permission. We sync and link to this divine idea. Allow it to be. As you bring your awareness back to your heart, I'm going to invite you to imagine your heart expanding in luminosity, radiance, and capacity. I invite you to join me as we deliberately allow more love, more joy, more beauty, more self-love to stretch and expand the heart. Brighter, lighter, grander than ever before. Allow the eternal frequencies, the energy of creation, your soul, fulfillment and desire to overwhelm us. Peacefully, joyfully. We take a moment as we open in gratitude. Feel the energy of gratitude, which allows us to remember It is and always has been and only can be God's good pleasure to bring forward the kingdom of heaven, bliss, nirvana, to, through, and as our beingness. We remember the truth, that whether we call it the universe, Dios, the Creator, Yahweh, Jehovah, Choda, Hashem, Allah, love. This one power, one presence is omniamorous. It knows nothing of separation or duality. It only knows singularity, brilliance. Bliss is God's nature, life's nature. Therefore it is your nature, my nature. Our eternal frequency has no beginning and no end. The Alpha and the Omega of infinite brilliance. This is the very essence of life. Life force. It only knows wellness, wholeness, and each and every one of us, formed and fashioned in its image and likeness. The divinity of our own beingness. It carries desire, creation, passion, goodness. We have given it permission to inspire, to allow inspiration to be the only motivation in our lives that begets good. We know that the universe only operates from synergy and symbiosis, cooperation. We allow that in every morsel and muscle of our being. Our spiritual DNA carries the code of homeostasis. We allow that to be. I'm grateful that each and every one of us has everything we need to thrive in goodness, in wholeness. And in our body of affairs, we allow that as sacred encounters of compassion, generosity, kindness, friendliness, nurturance, given and received, received and given. I invite you to become aware of the south pole of your energy field, our 10th chakra. Many have seen it as an emerald green and white starburst of light. However you feel it or see it, at the bottom of your energy field. On your next inhalation, inhale the energy through your crown, through your torso, through the base of your spine, legs, and central core to the bottom of your energy field. We are anchoring nirvana, goodness, wholeness, balance, harmony, wellness, prosperity, clarity, optimism through our entire beingness, grounding it. The intention is to allow it to give rise only to goodness. We agree to allow the natural law of life and creation to be blissful and glorious through us and as us, right here, right now, by saying, and so I let it be.
And so I let it be.
Amen. Whenever you feel ready, if you haven't already, you can come back into a lucid state of divine awareness. And our intention, our post-intention, is that we'll allow this energy to continue to grow and expand. With that, that concludes our meditation officially, but not indefinitely. We're going to bring up the lights in the sanctuary, and just want to welcome you back. And know that Soul Center, we are an international spiritual center, part of the Agape International Spiritual Center. And we have our midweek meditation service, which we've just completed. We have our Sunday service, which we have a meditation service on Sundays from 10 to about 10:25 a.m. Pacific time. So if you want to join us on Sunday in person or streaming. And then, of course, we have our music and message from 10:30 to roughly about 11:30 on Sundays. So you can join us here live. If you are somewhere out around the globe, not in Southern California, when you come to visit, please come. We'll give you a warm welcome. And for those of you here, same goes for you. We give you a warm welcome all the time. We have our daily affirmative prayer, which is on summer hours right now, which means our daily affirmative prayer at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time is Monday through Friday until the end of August. And for any of you who would like to make a contribution to our community, you'll see coming up on the screen here and at home the ways you can do that electronically. If you're in the sanctuary and you want to make a contribution, a donation, we have a box at the back of the room that you can put cash or checks if you feel like it. It's up to you if you'd like to contribute to our community at any time. And you can go to soulcenteroc.com as one way to contribute 24/7. Hit the give button if you'd like to do so. You can also sign up for our newsletter if you want to keep abreast of things like our retreat in October to Sedona. We're having that coming up. We've got a sound bath coming up. We've got lots of other events that are going to be taking place in our community. So sign up for the newsletter. We thank you, all of our love streamers, for contributing, and everybody here, welcome back. Peace and blessings.